Hey guys, welcome to a Matplotlib tutorial series. In this video, I'll be showing you how to create line graphs that actually look good. To install Matplotlib, you need to go to your command line and type in pip3 install matplotlib and press enter. And as you can see, I've already installed Matplotlib. So now we need to create a Python file, which I've already done over here. And next, you need to type in import matplotlib to import the matplotlib library. And we will reference it as plt to reduce the amount we need to type. So now we need the data to plot in our line graphs. So this will be the data set. This will be available in the video description below, so you can just take it and copy paste it into your Python file. This will be the year, so 2011 to 2020, and this will be the revenue for each year for company A, B and C. Right, so we'll be plotting all this data into a single line graph. The way we'll do this is, first let's just plot company A's revenue. So plt plot time and company A revenue. So the way this works is the first argument has to be the values for the x-axis. So the years needs to be in the x-axis and the revenue will be in the y-axis. Right, so this will be the x-axis time and y-axis company A revenue. And let's just plot company A for now. All right, and we'll have to put in plt show to just show the plot. Let's run it. And here we are. So you can see from the graph that the revenue for company A is just slowly rising over 10 years. To plot company B and company C, we will copy paste this line and change this to B and C. Right, so we're just plotting this 3 times, and on top of that, what we'll do is label company A. So change this to B and change this to C. Right, so we want to label our lines, and we'll just do a plt legend. So what legend will do is it'll just show a legend in our line graph. For lock, we'll show the location. So upper left, for example, right, we'll just show the legend in the upper left corner. Run the code, and here we are. So this is a very simple line graph. We'll still modify it further to make it look better. But as you can see, this is the revenue for each company. So company A is going up, company B is slower growth, and company C's revenue is going down. Right, so this is just some sample data which we have plotted in a line graph in Python. Now let's make our graph look even better. So right now we need to add the graph title, the axis titles, the x-axis and the y-axis titles. We also need to add a grid to make it easier to read the values from the graph. So let's start. So first, to put in the graph title, we'll put in plt title revenue every year. All right, so this will be the graph title. The next thing we need to do is the x-axis title. So we'll put in x label year, right, because that's what the x-axis shows. For the y-axis, we'll put in revenue in dollars. And the last thing we need to put is the grid. So just put in plt.grid to show the grid. Okay, you can see that we have added the graph title, the x-axis title and the y-axis title. The grid, the lines are solid lines, so instead of that I will change it to dotted lines because I think that looks a little nicer. Okay, so you can see that the grid is, the lines for the grid is now dotted. The next thing we want to change is the x limit and the y limit. So here, if you can see the 0 for the revenue, it's not starting at the x-axis, it's slightly above, right? So we need to, I want to change that. To do that, we'll put in plt xlim. So this will create the limit for the x-axis. So 2011 to 2020, right, because that's what the years is. So 2011 to 2020. For the revenue, the lowest value is 0 and the highest value for revenue is 15,000. right? You can see the graph from that. run the code. And now if you see carefully, the 0 for the revenue is starting from the x-axis, which is what we want. So if you look at the y-axis closely, you'll see that the values displayed is in intervals of 2000. So it shows 0, then 2000, 4000, 6000. What I want to do is to show it in intervals of 1000. So it'll show 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000, and so on. To do that, we have to go and put in plt y ticks. Okay, so there will be the interval. Next, we need to put in a list. All right, and this list will be the values we want to show in the y-axis. So in this range function, it'll iterate from 0 to 15,000 while increasing by 1000. Right, in fact, we want to include 15,000, so we have to change this to 16,000, and we'll convert this into a list. Right, so it'll show these values in the y-axis. And as you can see from the revenue graph, it is now in intervals of 1000. If we look at the 3 lines, this is not what we really want. These are just simple lines with nothing unique about them. So instead, I will be adding markers to make them unique, right? So let's start doing that. So to modify the line, the formatting of the line, what we'll do is we'll put in marker O, right? So this is just the letter O. Let's run the code. And now you can see that there are points on each data point. So for the first one, we leave it as a O, but let's change this one to a triangle. Okay, so to get this symbol, you have to put in Shift 6, right? And here we'll put in a capital D for diamond. Let's run the code. And as you can see, the markers are different. If you can see this, the blue line is circular, the marker is circular, the yellow line, the marker is triangular, and this is diamond for the green one. Right, let's increase the size of the marker. Marker size, let's make it 7. Right. Okay, so this will be the marker size, and I'll also change the line width to 1 to make the lines thinner. Okay, let's run the code. And this is a line graph, a really nice looking line graph. The markers are now much larger than before, so it's a little easier to see, I hope. Right, and the lines have also become thinner, which makes it look a little nicer in my opinion. So yeah, this is how you use Matplotlib to create really nice looking line graphs. As you can see, the code is just 20 lines long, right? In fact, 19 lines long. So it's really short, but you can create really nice looking line graphs from Matplotlib. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you like this video, then make sure to give a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.